And why am I saying this? Why am I talking about this? Because Tectone was a jealous loser of me from day one. Emotional cuck. When I read this, this is a very inflammatory comment that is, in my opinion, either rage bait or ignorant or just straight up rude and doesn't need to be said. If you're a multi-millionaire and you don't like doing what you're doing, then you have the freedom to stop. But unless you get joy out of making people rage, then it makes my brain question, well, what's the point of it? Like what do you gain from saying something like this? It is all performative to make money. Everyone is getting farmed. I'm one of them. There is going to be multiple videos made on this. They're going to make some money off it. I am feeding into the system here. It is an infinite money glitch. And I know that's why people do it. And that's not a world that I want to be in. I'm too soft for that. I don't know if I put it in here, but like, I don't want to actually be a drama channel to cover the news. I'm too soft for that. I cry during The Lion King. You know, ever since I had kids, I'm a baby. Let's just be blunt. I don't mind. I'll call myself a baby. But you can't ever fully know what's going on in someone's brain. And that's the crazy part about all of these political YouTubers is they can also go, what did I mean in that moment? This one, and try to pivot. And I just personally think shit like this sucks. I think it is super inflammatory and like it just seems like the world is going further and further and further down this way. And I understand viewing me as like a white knight or someone who is virtue signaling, and I get that. I get it. After my video, brothers, I understand, you know, my ego or whatever getting in the way and making it look like I'm good, they're bad, for sure. So I can admit to that. I see where you're coming from. But I will I'm not going to steer away from that stance. I think stuff like this is just like so cringe on all sides. Like all of this talk is not helping anybody. It is not changing anyone. The actual streamers, they're not going and fighting for change. They're just fighting and butting heads because it is an infinite money glitch. And they can farm each other endlessly. No matter what, they can just keep making videos, and you know, I respond, I lose. Because if I talk about this stuff, I'm a cuck, I'm a beta, you took them out of context. If I respond again, I lose, because then they make another video on it. If I'm quiet, I'm a little bitch. I'm a little bitch that didn't defend himself, right? It's impossible. And people dig in their heels, you can't really change them, so I get all of that. ADHD, narcissism, I have ADHD. It has allowed me to be an absolute superhero. And for me, as someone that does have a struggling channel right now, there's multiple factors for that. As I said earlier, when you are set for life, or you're a multi-millionaire, you can either keep doing what you're doing because you love it, or you get some joy in it, or you just want more money, or you can look for more freedom and spend more time with your family and your kids and your wife and things like that. And it's so funny when I end up making a video, there's a 3-month gap, I make a video, and then people like Tectone come out and it's like, oh, I thought you're spending time with your wife. It's like, brother, it's so easy to dunk on someone whose channel is floundering or going down. And I think that this is a me issue. This is a me and my brain not working issue. And part of that brain not working issue is actually from something else. And I want to talk about that. My grandfather's death. So after a lot of the Genshin Impact success happened, I was rolling in it. I was, making like 2 mil, 3 mil a year from sponsorships and from my videos. In that, do I have that up still? I might have closed it. In that one screenshot, in like 2 months, 3 months, I made 300 grand or 200 grand or whatever the number is. It's a lot, 250. And I was also getting sponsorships on top of that. And my grandfather, unfortunately, died of cancer. And he went very quick. Week 1 of like finding out to week 3 or 4, he had passed. And when we were talking, we had this beautiful conversation, and, he was just talking about the family, and you take care of your family, and we were losing him, and he wanted to have some consoling and some feeling like it's going to be okay. And I told him finally, and I showed him, like, Grandpa, I'm like a multi-millionaire. Like, we're chilling. Like, you don't have to worry. I will take care of our family. Like, it's okay. And call me a softie if I cry again. But he told me, Michael, I'm so proud of you, but I want you to remember that at the end of the day, you're not going to want more money. You're going to want more time. And I think that it changed my brain. I actually think it changed my brain chemistry and how I think about life. I think you hit a point in life where money isn't everything and it isn't as important. And if it is always important, I think that says more about you than it does about me. And right here, when I kind of went full time, is when I started making, $200,000 to $300,000 a year, which at the time was like unbelievable. But my costs each year were maybe 25 grand. I think my mortgage was only like $1,400 because it's a small home in Canada. And I invested every penny that I had. And sometimes it went up, and then sometimes there was stuff like the lockdown that was super scary and you lose money. I started gaining money. I lost all my money, but I just kept piling money into the market. And I started going from making $300,000 a year to making $200,000 in 3 months. And I started getting sponsorships that were paying me $15,000, $17,000, $25,000 USD, like 20, 30 sponsors a month. And if I was to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and I lived to be 150 years old, I would still have money. It's because once you hit that point, once you have invested for as long as I have, it's already going on a decade of investing and of compounding and of growth. Even if I take out 5% a year and it keeps growing in the market, like there's a point of no return where the number never goes down. And so even if I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, I will still leave my kids millions of dollars. And that's what people don't really get. And why am I saying this? Why am I talking about this? Because I want to go to the last point, that Tectone was a jealous loser of me from day one. And so my career is definitely floundering.
About how I think you are the smartest professional businessman in all of Genshin Impact.
I am the smartest, most professional businessman in all of Genshin Impact. I've always been kind of a business guy. And I understand that calling out these people is just not worth it in any way. In almost any way. But for some reason, there's a voice in the back of my brain that also goes, fuck these guys. Not even as much Asmongold. Fuck Tectone. This guy has been the biggest piece of shit for the entirety that I covered Genshin Impact. Always has, always will be. But there's revisionist history of how all this went down, what happened in the future, and none of you will ever believe it, because if you didn't believe it by now, I will never convince you. But it's so crazy to see how fucking insane this dude was, and he just is still chugging along. I was emotional. I was tilted. That's what I do, baby. I get emotional and I start saying shit. But he made it sound like I'm this schizo, this absolute schizo, and maybe I am. But, and I kind of keep going like, but does that need to be said? Does it need to be done? And during this first kind of 30 minutes, I am actively realizing this dude is never going to change. He's always going to shit talk people. He is always going to trash talk other people's content, and he's just like unapologetic about it. But he's made millions since then. Don't get it twisted. He has made absolute millions. He's made more money than me. Yes, it's funny. He dunks on Raid Shadow Legends as I'm doing a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor. Am I a sellout? Call me what you want. It is what it is, boys. I made some money off gaming and villainize me for it. Please don't victimize me. I'm this weirdo that no one likes. I'm a schizo, and me doing this now, he's gonna try to twist my words there and be like, "Oh, see, it's your fault." And some people can't handle it. Some people can't take that bullying or roll with the punches. Every content creator is gonna have haters. Just look at the comment section of my videos in the recent days. Dude, you're going to have more haters than people that like you, especially with my dead channel. As he now twists my words and says, shut the fuck up. In the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, holy shit, this guy is seems to be the problem. If every room smells like shit, when you walk into the room, check your shoe. But here's the thing. People are saying like, oh, you're a white knight, you defended this Hex Juice person. The only interactions I had with Hex Juice initially was her trying to roast me. And this moment where she jumps in the call and kind of ambushes me and acts like a snake, I make the comment, whatever Stockholm Syndrome friendship you want to have is up to you. Something along the lines of that. And it's so fucking funny because that's exactly what it fucking was. Tectone, he called me out, he called me schizo, he called me crazy, he called me a white knight, I ruined this person's career. The first interaction I ever had with Hex Juice was her calling me stupid. Was her making a 20-minute long video calling me dumb. And so I was not nice to her. I had no fucking reason to be nice to her. But then, here's the best part. We talked, and I was like, you know what? Yes, I dunked on you. I wasn't nice talking about you because you weren't nice talking about me. It is what it is. But we kind of squashed it. She then made a 45-minute long video. Maybe it was 55-minute long video talking about how fucking cool and nice I am. But it's deleted. You can't see it anymore. It's a fucking biography on why I was so inspiring and such a cool, nice father and dude. But as soon as this drama happens, it's gone, right? It's deleted, and it's so easy to paint the picture of like, oh, Mtashed's a fucking white knight schizo. What I do know is some of this change from Tectone being the beanie guy that's overweight to who he is now. He has made changes to his fitness. Good for you. I think he looks better. Good for you, techie. You don't look so fucking pathetic anymore. And you can call me a piece of shit for so many reasons. Whether you say, oh, Mtashed, you promoted gacha and gambling to kids. Well, I also critiqued all the monetization. I went free to play, and I never spent money again in the game. But Tectone did. Tectone spent tons of money. Dude, he lived like the same life beside me. And when he starts making these videos about me, here's the funniest part, is when he started making these videos, I think he does it in this one, I think he did it in some of the recent ones, he's always trying to be like, oh, and guess what? I'm also going to have kids and get married too, because you wish you were me, Tectone. And he twists it like, fucking Mtashed wishes he was me. I would never want to be you, you fucking loser. And I don't give a shit if you believe me. You're so embarrassing, it's crazy. And I'm not scared of you, and I'm not scared of your audience. Because at the end of the day, my channel's dead anyways. What do I gotta lose? I'm just gonna leave this video up. You guys can watch it, you can dunk on it, have your fun. But at the end of the day, I am gonna just most likely move on, and I might even just cover Genshin Impact. I think my channel is so cooked, I might just make videos and then make a completely other channel. I don't even know what it'll be on, or I might just milk the Genshin stuff and not make a channel and just fucking retire, because I don't need more money. Believe it or not, just because your content creator keeps making content that's like, you know, it's like you trying to pay for legal fees or what's going on here. You know, I am very comfortable where I'm at, and I could do other stuff. And I just, there's so much evidence out there. There's so many videos out there talking about Tectone and what a piece of shit he is. And it just doesn't matter. And that's fine. It's all good. But I just wanted to give my final hurrah here, because you can't win unless you're the last video. And because I don't care enough to keep posting, they will always have the last video. So have a good one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later when I decide to post more content and when the channel pops off again, because whenever a game comes out that I actually love and actually make content for, I'll get views. I know it will. I'm in a rut. A lot of it's self-inflicted, and, you know, I respect the hate comments. I get why they're there. At the end of the day, I'm not going in on Asmongold. I'm not going to roast that guy endlessly. I'm not even going to fucking mention Tectone again after this video because I just don't want, I didn't want to after the Hex Shoe stuff. I didn't want to talk about him ever, but he just won't shut his fucking mouth because he's actually like schizo narcissist. Like he's so jealous of me. And I know that his blood is fucking boiling watching this. That's the best part, is he thinks that that's what happens to me. And it's just like the reality that these people live in is so different from everyone else. And that, I guess, maybe I'll segue one last time, is like these multimillionaire streamers are riling up a lot of people on topics that I understand are something that they want to talk about, they're passionate about, but like Hassan, Asmongold, SUC, Tectone, me, no fucking content creator that has succeeded is even living in the same world. They're not living with the same struggles, and you know, they're just grifting to make videos and to make money on these topics. They're talking about these things with no skin in the game. They can retire. They could have retired years ago. They have no skin in the game on housing prices because they already own their houses. They already have millions in investments. They don't give a fuck what happens, but they keep making the content and they keep talking about these things, and because we're all mentally ill hypocrites. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.